The possibility of an orange October depends on the next 6 games. And here to lead the way is Matt Moore. Acquired at the trade deadline, the lefty can make his biggest mark on the season with a win against the Rockies, which means you'll have to face the Giant killer and National League home run leader Nolan Arenado. Giants Rockies next. Giants are glad to be back home as we get ready for Giants baseball as we come to you from AT&T Park. This is game 1 of a 3-game series, Giants and Rockies. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants come back. They're a little disappointed. They wanted their road trip to be a little better. Well, now they've got 6 games left. And, Mike, this is a game for Matt Moore. One, he needs to pitch well, but it's also on the offense. You know, you're playing this Rockies team. You're probably going to have to score some runs.
Well, a couple things have to happen if the Giants are going to play well in this series. Number one, they have to get off to a good start tonight, and that means Matt Moore has to have better fastball command than he had in his last outing in L.A. He didn't have fastball command. That sets up his night. The other thing, too, is if you're not scoring runs, you have to do the little things, and you have to get it done consistently. You need to get that leadoff runner on. You need to grind out walks. If you have a runner on second base with nobody out, you got to get him over, and if he's at third, less than 2, you got to get him in. The little things have to get done right. And you hope that somebody gets hot.
All right. Connor Gillespie in for Nunez at third base tonight. All right, when we come back, you're going to get an update from Willie Mays Plaza. That's where the fellas are. An update from there right after this.
The future for this season's team is still to be determined. We thought it'd be fun to take a look back at a great moment in Giants history. Hard to believe 27 years ago today, 1989, the Giants clinched the NL West. It is our greater coverage of baseball. It is brought to you by T-Mobile. Giants in the clubhouse at Dodger Stadium after a 1-0 loss, and they get word that the Padres lost thanks to an Eric Davis RBI double in the top of the 13th. The Reds won, and the Giants clinched. The Giants, of course, went on to beat the Cubs that year in the NLCS and claim the pennant. Ooh, wouldn't it be nice if history repeated itself? All right, we've got game 1 of this series against the Rockies, and Matt Moore is going to be on the hill. A lot of roster moves. We'll get them to you in the game. Crook and Kite, lineups, first pitch, all coming your way.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Shopping for some gear. Your Giants back home. Only 6 games remain. The wild card still up for grabs as your San Francisco Giants kick off a 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and while the future for this season's team is still to be determined, we thought it'd be fun to take a look back at a great moment in Giants history. Hard to believe 27 years ago today, 1989, the Giants clinched the NL West. It is our greater coverage of baseball. It is brought to you by T-Mobile. Giants in the clubhouse at Dodger Stadium after a 1-0 loss, and they get word that the Padres lost thanks to an Eric Davis RBI double in the top of the 13th. The Reds won and the Giants clinched. The Giants, of course, went on to beat the Cubs that year in the NLCS and claim the pennant. Ooh, wouldn't it be nice if history repeated itself? All right, we've got game 1 of this series against the Rockies, and Matt Moore is going to be on the hill. A lot of roster moves. We'll get them to you in the game. Crook and Kite lineups, first pitch, all coming your way.
Baseball, waiting for the Giants to take the field. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. It's nice to be back home where it's a comfortable 65. The winds at 11 miles per hour, humidity at 58%, and it is mostly clear. Visitors lineup would be the Colorado Rockies. The lineup that'll be facing Matt Moore. It'll be Charlie Blackmon in the leadoff spot, then DJ LeMahieu, and all he does is he leads the National League in hitting, followed by Arenado, Gonzalez, and Nick Hundley. The Rook, David Dahl, he will get in the 6th slot. Then it's Cardullo, Adames, and German Marquez is hitting 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-hander Matt Moore, 6'3", 210-pounder. Moore, 27 years old. On the year, 11-12 with a 4.34 ERA. 161 strikeouts in 182 and 2/3 innings. How's he do it? Well, you see a fastball that he will 2 and 4 seam, mostly 4 seams, and the velocity will go from 92 to 97 miles per hour. He can get it up there. More 94s than 97s. He's got a great curveball. It's over the top in that high 3/4 release, and it's a cut fastball and a changeup. Lifetime against these Rockies. Never beaten him, and he's only faced him a couple times. And what do you say we take a look at the defense playing behind Matt Moore tonight, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Pagan, Span, and Pence. Crawford and Gillespie on the left side of the infield. Panic and Bell on the right side. And Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And number 1, Matt Moore, you've got to find your fastball control. His last outing in Los Angeles, he really struggled with the fastball. And tonight, if he can get to the corners and command those with the fastball, everything else will follow. And number 2, open up a can of offense. Giants need to swing the bats, and they need to start now, and they need to keep it going. And those are our Nissan keys to the game.
Sounds like a plan, a good plan at that. So it'll be Charlie Blackmon to lead things off. Charlie Blackmon, you're going to see some high averages and some big offensive numbers when this first set of Rockies come up to the plate. Blackmon, 28 home runs, 78 driven in, and the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. Hey, it's great to be back home for a lot of reasons. One, we get started right on time. Next pitch hit out to left, but it's Pagan drifting back, and on the track he'll make the catch. Not here. Maybe back in Denver, but not here.
Maybe Coors Field.
And here's DJ LeMahieu. So LeMahieu, you saw when we did the lineups, leads this National League in hitting. And he takes a strike against Matt Moore. He's only faced him one time, and he's 1 for 1. These guys are ready. Eat popcorn with a fork. Perfect. Swing and a miss. Maybe a foul at the plate. Love that shot.
Well, she's got the best seat in the house. And at that age, they'll actually share.
Yes, they will. So a quick 0-2 to LeMahieu. And that pitch is high.
LeMahieu, one of the really great approaches to right field, gets a lot of hits to that side of the field, and that makes him a very good 2-strike hitter because he allows the ball to get to him deep. He'll take what you give him.
Oh, 2 to 2-2. Got him. Here's our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. It's brought to you by Clean Coors Light. Consecutive seasons with 40 home runs and 120 RBIs as a third baseman in Major League history. Here you see 2 of them. He's had a remarkable year, and this is how you like to face him. Nobody on, 2 outs.
That's exactly right.
And a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Umpiring tonight behind the plate, Paul Nauert, Mark Wegner, Ron Kopa, Jerry Meals. I know you like Paul Nauert.
I do like Paul Nauert. He's got a good sized zone, good zone to pitch to. And what you get in the first, you'll get in the 9th.
Well, I liked him until that last pitch.
Give him time.
1 ball and 1 strike. Tap foul, 1 and 2.
Good changeup.
Numbers for Arenado against Matt Moore, 2 for 4 with a couple of doubles. Mets are on their way to winning. Cardinals are on their way to winning. You see the 2 games that we will pay attention to in the dirt. New baseball. As it stands right now, with all these 3 games going on, the Cardinals are a game back of the Giants. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moore looking into Buster Posey. And he lines it into center field, a base hit.
There's 2 strike at bat.
Well, I look at it this way. Kept him in the park.
Well, that isn't always that easy, especially in Coors Field.
Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez had the big hit against Matt Moore in Denver. He hit a grand slam. So now the Giants do not employ the overshift, but they do play Gonzalez to pull, with Panic playing out in shallow right field. And it's low. First time out of the stretch for Matt Moore.
And that's something that when the guy's had some mechanical problems, as he had in his last outing, you look at how he transitions from the windup to the stretch for the first time. Lots of motivation for Gonzalez. He's got 99 RBIs on the year. 1 away from the magic 100, the goal of every hitter.
Hit on the ground, out to Panic. Panic to Belt, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up. We need to see if they can get this offense going. It'll be Span, Belt, and Posey. Face Herman Marquez, and this is the lineup for Bruce Bochy. It'll be Span, Bell, Posey, and then Hunter Pence. And his numbers against the Rockies, the last 31 games have been very good. Crawford, Pagan, and Panic. Connor Gillespie gets the start in place of Nunez, and Matt Moore will hit ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Colorado Rockies will be the 21-year-old right-hander, and that is Herman Marquez. And this is what he has done at the big league level, although it's brief. 1-0 with a 3.48 ERA. 21-year-old Rook has never faced the Giants before, and he really had a nice season this year in Double-A baseball. Went 9-6 with a 2.85 ERA. In 135 innings, he struck out 126 batters with just 33 walks. And how does he do it? With a fastball that's low to mid-90s. He can sink and cut it, and he's got a curveball and a changeup. And they say his curveball is a good one, so we're going to find out tonight.
Well, he's going to face Denard Span with a new pair of shoes on Span. Well, my opinion on those kind of shoes is you have to be fast to wear those kind of shoes.
Well, you got to be fast, and you also have to realize that it's also something that a pitcher's going to pick up. They're like targets.
There's a strike at 93. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Remember when they used to have the little strip of orange on the top of the catcher glove?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the breaking ball for the first time. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hundley doing the catching. Span rolls this one slowly to second, and Span rolls out.
Let's take a look at that Colorado Rockies defense. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Dahl, Blackman, and Gonzalez, the best arm in right field, and it's a good one. Adames and Arenado on the left side, LeMahieu and Cardullo on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Belt. Belt will hit with the shift on. Arenado, the only defender on the left side, hitting .269. And a first pitch challenge, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Buster Posey to follow. Foul back, 0-2. So back-to-back 95s from German Marquez to Brandon Belt. In the absence of Eduardo Nunez, the offense, which knows that it needs to pick things up, now has to even pick it up a little bit more. The 1-2 to Belt. Belt on the ground, and he just hit a thing. He's going to have to go, though. Here's the throw, and he made it. He's been waiting for one of those hits all year. And if he'd do that about 10 more times, they'd stop putting the shift on.
Well, let's take a look at how he did it. Just stayed inside the breaking ball. And I mean, he couldn't hand roll it down there any better than that. And once he gets those big legs rolling, he's got some speed. Dahl's got an average arm. Take a look at where he hits his hits. And most of those 43 are fly ball type hits to left field. Doesn't give any ground balls to the left side.
Here's Buster Posey. And Buster drives one to right, but it's right at Gonzalez, and he'll make the catch. So Buster laying in the weeds for a fastball. 2 outs, and here's Pence. Pence at .289 with 12 home runs, 54 runs batted in. He's got Belt at second base. And a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Crawford on deck, bottom of the first inning.
You know what Belt's, or what Hunter Pence is thinking, better to see that first curveball from this young right-hander on a first pitch than in a 2-strike count.
Look out. 1 ball and 1 strike.
All right, a fastball, a little heat seeker going right up around the head. Not altogether that close, but it just was the height. When it's head high, it gets your attention, and it gets the attention of the Giants bench as well.
One and two.
Herman from the Dominican Republic.
Pence with 54 runs batted in. And he shoots this one out of play. Crawford on deck. We're in the bottom of the first inning.
Beg your pardon, Marquez from Venezuela. Herman Marquez.
Down the right field line. Fair, foul, foul. We lose it once it gets past the bullpen. But once Hunter Pence stopped running, then we had a pretty good idea it was going to be foul.
Well, he's getting some mistakes up. I mean, you can understand Marquez being a little overamped. It happens when you're 21 years old and you're in the big leagues. When you're overamped, you miss high.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice block.
Crawford would love to hit this inning. So Nick Hundley, the veteran catcher, going to go out and talk to the rook. I think he just wants to make sure that they're all together on the signs. Calm them down a little, pat the back.
Yeah, keep it simple, right?
Keep it simple. I mean, your signs will be like first or second sign, first sign after two, last sign, something very simple.
And a ground ball and a base hit. And here comes Belt. And Pence comes through, and the Giants lead 1-0. Hunter Pence picking up a big hit, and that'll bring up Crawford.
I mean, the Giants know what they have to do. I mean, the out-of-town scoreboard says that the guys they're chasing, they're going to do well tonight. You need to do well. And here, another mistake up. And this time he goes right back up the middle with it. Just out of the outstretched arms of Adames, the shortstop.
So here's the pitch to Crawford, and he swings and fouls it off the glove of Hundley. And it snowballs in one strike. Crawford at 267. He's got 80 runs batted in. That leads the team.
And another belt high mistake from Marquez.
Driven into left center field, and Blackman's going to have to play it on a hop. His throw will go into second, and Pagan's going to hit with runners at the corners. And you know it's not easy right now for Crawford to swing the bat.
No, it doesn't look like he's got any grimace error on the follow through. Of course, it always feels good when you hit it on the sweet spot. And here he takes an outside fastball again up. He goes the opposite way with it. Left side of second base. And there's an Angel Pagan fan.
There's a few here.
That Mets game has gone final. They beat Miami 12-1 tonight in Florida.
Pagan takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Pence at third, Crawford at first. No, a little low, 2-0.
Giants and the Mets all tied in the loss column, which is really what you look at this time of year.
Pagan with count leverage may have gotten a piece. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Matt Moore just pitching the next inning in his mind.
So it's 3-1. Crawford looked like he may have been thinking about taking off.
3-1 count. Pagan's got 11 home runs, and he can gamble here. And the ballpark's playing a little bit smaller than it normally does throughout most of the season. September, you get some carry. It has been hot here in the Bay Area.
This is lifted out to left, and this should end the inning. And it will. So 3 hits for the Giants. Hunter Pence with the RBI single. Gives him 55 on the year. 1-0 Giants.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. What does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for more details.
Well, the most popular way to follow the Giants postseason push is with the MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at bat on your favorite devices right now.
Giants with an early 1-0 lead. Here's Hundley, followed by Dahl, and then Cardullo. Hundley hitting .255. He's got 10 home runs. He's got 47 runs batted in. And the lefty throws. And it's a shot on the ground, and Gillespie digs it out on 1 hop to Belt. 1 pitch, 1 out.
A bullet, and the one nice thing about a bullet coming your way, when you catch it, as Gillespie does, you've got all the time in the world to get your feet right, your balance, and your rhythm to first base. And this is how much time he had. He couldn't even move his feet. It's our Expo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer, right in the sweet spot.
Strike to Dahl, hitting at .315. This is his first appearance against Matt Moore. Swing and a miss in the dirt. 0-2.
Well, the Giants found out about Dahl when they were in Colorado. He is on the fastball. And I mean, I'm talking everyone he saw. It didn't matter from who. He was on it. But what they also found out was the breaking balls were giving him a bit of a problem.
There's a big breaking ball right there. It's 1-2.
That's a great 0-2 pitch. Batting average by month.
And that'll do it. All right, Amy G's here. Amy, what do you got?
I got hair in my face right now, but the Giants have a whole lot of roster moves, starting with a brand new player that's just joined the team, Gordon Beckham. They acquired him in a trade for minor league infielder Rich Rodriguez. They also purchased the contract gentleman of AAA catcher Tony Sanchez. They placed Mac Williamson on the 60-day DL with a quad strain, and they designated Matt Reynolds for assignment. Dwayne, my hair is out of my eyes.
You know what? It's a tough job. I'd like to have seen how that would have worked for you at Candlestick.
Aim of the gamer, you would have worn a hat a lot.
Yeah. Cardullo falls behind 0-2.
That's good cutter. Yep, that's all that remains.
Now if you take off out of SFO, you fly over that site, it's like, what happened?
It just is gone. You got that foghorn and a few seats behind the cable car.
3 pitches, Cardullo, see you later. There they are. We got a few of those in our yard. 1-0 Giants.
Is brought to you by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Giants. And here's Panic, and Joe Panic takes a strike. .240, 10 home runs, 60 driven in for Joe Panic, and he bounces this one into the hole. On the backhand is Adames. His throw is just in time. Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on csnbayarea.com. Log on each week as Insider Alex Pavlovich. He's going to talk some baseball, and you can also check it out on iTunes. Here's Connor Gillespie.
Well, they just rode over, taking a break.
And Gillespie takes a strike.
And guess what they get to do? They get to go row back.
I'm not sure anybody there looks like they're having that much fun. Gillespie on the ground and a base hit. And that's going to allow Matt Moore to come up and maybe lay down a bunt. Well, the Giants are doing something that they've had a hard time doing, and that's get a ball by Arenado.
Well, the only way you can do it is if they move him out of position.
Yeah, they put him over by second, and then you hit the ball down the third base line.
And that's how you do it.
So here's Matt Moore, 2 for 24 on the year. And a perfect bunt. And LeMahieu, who's around 6'4", 6'5", needed all of it.
You know, Marquez, the pitcher, I mean, he came off the mound, and I think he thought that Arenado was going to take it. So it had a little panic right there at the end of it. Now he realizes he's the guy, and he throws a little bit high, and there's the stretch of the 6'4" LeMahieu. And indeed, he did need all that height. But nevertheless, a great job from Matt Moore to get that bunt down.
I think it was also an example of when you're in a hurry, how you pick that ball up is how you're going to throw it. Span rolled out in the first inning. It's driven into center field, but this is going to end the inning. Side retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left after 2. It's 1-0 Giants.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Lenardi's Markets. Visit our fully remodeled store in Los Gatos and enter to win a 10-day trip to Italy. Lenardi's, quite simply the best.
Well, the NFL is back with NBC Sunday Night Football, and NBC Bay Area improved its over-the-air signal so you can watch using an antenna. Don't miss the action on Channel 11 by rescanning your TV. Just go to NBCBayArea.com/rescan to find out how.
That's what we're talking about. Here's Christian Adames at 224. And he takes a strike. German Marquez is on deck. Adames getting the start. Here's the pitch, and he almost runs into one trying to bunt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trevor Story on the disabled list. He really was a great story this year until he got hurt. So the Rockies mixing and matching at that shortstop position. The local kid Descalzo plays some short. Adames on the ground and a base hit right over the bag at third. So this will carry him out to Pagan, and it's a leadoff double. Well, join us Saturday, October 1st. Giants celebrate Star Wars Day at the ballpark. And if you have that special event ticket, you're going to get a Madison Bumgarner Stormtrooper bobblehead. sfgiants.com/special events. Second hit of the game. Here's Marquez, who's probably going to be asked to bunt. And Matt Moore steps off the slab.
Nice going there. Good exchange. Didn't drop a bit of that ice cream or hot chocolate.
Low, 1 ball and no strikes. Belt charging. Gillespie kind of has to hang in between home and third. If Marquez butts it hard at Belt, Belt could go to third. And that's real foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yep. Floyd Arturbo in the house.
Never gets old. Although I woke up this morning, I didn't think there'd be a chance that he would be wearing that hat tonight. A little warm here in the Bay Area the last couple days.
1 ball and 1 strike. There's the bunt to Gillespie. And Gillespie only has 1 play. And Adames moves to third. So here's Blackmon. Blackmon hit a fly ball to left, hit it fairly deep to open up the ball game.
Look at the home runs. 19, 17 this year, 28. And he did it in 137 games. What a great season. 321, 78 RBIs, and hitting leadoff.
Belt the only one in. Gillespie actually even with the bag at third. And a breaking ball right off the bat, and it's 0-1.
Pitching for the strikeout. Hit 289 with runners in scoring position this September. Or best in September, it's even got better. Hit 333, and that's the best in Major League Baseball.
Up and in to chase him off the plate.
So Blackmon thriving in these scenarios. We're not talking about situational at bats. We're talking base hits with runners in scoring position. It's the greatest time of the year for a ball player to get hot, September. Only 1 month better than that, and that's October.
On the ground to Crawford. Crawford will make the play. Run comes in. So it's tied on the ground ball by Blackmon. One of those where you want to stay away from the big inning early. But yet if you'd pull the infield in, it's a ball right at the shortstop.
You know, but with this Rockies offense, I mean, you just have to stay away from the crooked number. They're just so offensive. And even away from Coors Field. I mean, this is a confident team with the bats.
Here's LeMahieu, who struck out in the first. LeMahieu, 11 home runs, 66 runs batted in. Two and 0. Giants know that the Mets have won and the Cardinals are on their way. There's a strike.
Interesting dynamic going on with DJ LeMahieu, who's hitting .349 coming into this at bat. He's got a 2-point lead over Daniel Murphy with the Nationals, who's hitting at .347, but Daniel Murphy's been on the shelf with an injury.
So it's on you, DJ.
That's right. You want to win the crown? I mean, I guess you could take the rest of the year off and win it.
That's rolled foul.
But
no ball player's going to do that.
No.
You might take the last day off.
No, you don't want to taint it. You want to win it.
So 2-2 to DJ LeMahieu. Got him again. And that'll end the inning. Belt, Posey, Pence coming up.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
It's a 1-1 ball game here in San Francisco. That's a beautiful shot. Always has been, always will.
Yeah, over there by Fort Cronkite, looking across the bridge into the city. Yeah, that's a good one.
Here's Belt. Belt doubled over the third base bag in the first inning and eventually scored. Now fouls it back. It's 0-2.
Tonight, it's Bay Area Unite Night. And those hats were given out as the Giants saluted the Sharks, and they have a kind of a Sharks colored Giants hat, and we wish the Sharks well.
Yeah, plus we need a couple of those hats.
I want to get that, I want to get that, I want to get that.
That's right.
Oh yeah, what a season they had last year.
Lined into right center field, a base hit. Blackman's going to cut it off. No, he doesn't. And Belt is on the move. And Belt is on the move. And he's at third. Well, that's on Charlie Blackman. He needed to cut that ball off.
It looked like it had a little skip to it. I don't think he expected as much line drive as he got. Takes the angle, and he just can't get that glove down. And once it gets to the wall, it allows an extra 90 feet at least opportunity for Belt. Just cannot get down. I don't think they're going to give him an air on this thing, so it should be a 3-bagger for Belt.
Here's Posey. And Buster takes a fastball right down Van Ness. No balls and 1 strike. So Belt a double and a triple in this game. Posey in a line drive to right that was caught. And it has been ruled a triple, and that's the right call. Up the middle. LeMahieu. LeMahieu will throw Posey out. Coming in to score is Belt.
Great play, LeMahieu. Well, talking about the Sharks, they return Saturday, October 15th. You'll see them on CSN California. Coming off their amazing run of the Stanley Cup, the Western Conference champion Sharks are going to be back on the ice. The home of the authentic Sharks fan is right here, CSN California. Yep, he's feeling it.
So here's Pence. Pence had an RBI single in the first. See those hats, Mike? I want one of those for one reason. I want something Shark related that Randy Hahn doesn't have.
Well,
and I know he doesn't have one of those
yet.
2 balls and no strikes. As a matter of fact, I want him to ask me if I can get him one, and then I can say no.
Sorry.
Tap to short for Adames. Pence retired. But I like him. I think they look good. So here's Crawford. Crawford had a base hit in the first. So Crawford standing in. And he takes low with Angel Pagan on deck. Crawford digs it out. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There are no secrets anymore when you get hurt.
No secrets.
So you get a dislocated finger. Can you keep it quiet? Well, teams used to try to keep it quiet. Players insisted on it years ago. Now it's just impossible. And the reason I say that is, where are you going to pitch Crawford? Right in on his hands. This time he drives it past Arenado.
Well, he's had 2 hits tonight, and both hits have come off fastballs away. Nick Hundley wants this ball in the inside corner. It just starts out away in a little 2-seam movement, or starts in the middle. It kind of slides out to the outer part of the plate, and a nice job of going the opposite way with the pitch. That's 2 hits tonight for Crawford, both on the left side of second base.
Here's Pagan. Pagan is 0 for 1. Hit a fly ball to left. Crawford's got 6 steals. He has not been thrown out. And tight. Pagan, for the better part of the year, was hitting right around 300. And then he hit a cold stretch. It's his average now at 270. So Marquez, and the 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball for a strike. 1-2.
Nice little backdoor hook right there. Marquez has the kind of curveball that it takes a while for an umpire to get used to it. It's a big one. It's a late hard breaker. See why he has the strikeout totals in the minor leagues he has.
Foul back.
And again, he's 21 years old. He is a baby.
Very high, 2-2. Joe Panic on deck. Got him. Giants take the lead. 4th inning coming up.
Broadcast prior to tonight's game, the Giants held a moment of silence. Both teams took the line in honor of Jose Fernandez, who was tragically killed in a boating accident this past weekend. He was just 24 years old, taken much too soon. Yesterday, the entire Marlins team wore his jersey, number 16, and donned his name to honor their fallen teammate. The Giants have hung his jersey in their dugout this evening, and understandably, MLB is reeling from this loss. He was a fantastic player, and even better human being, and our thoughts are with all of those affected by this devastating loss. Dwayne and Mike.
Indeed, indeed. Here's Arenado. Arenado takes low. I am shocked at how the Marlins actually played and played well and beat the Mets last night.
Well, a tremendous amount of emotion in that ballpark. The stadium was filled. Players just beside themselves with grief, and you're right. I mean, I think maybe in a small way it was comforting for them to get back on the field and play.
There's a strike to make it 3-1.
But he was very special. And taken away all too young.
Hopped up. When this comes down, it'll be in the glove of Joe Panic. 1 out. And that'll bring up Gonzalez. Gonzalez rolled out to Joe Panic in the first inning. That ground ball ended the first.
So Gordon Beckham introducing himself. Skipper.
First day of school. Now you snuggle up to somebody you know. It happens to be the guy playing third, so.
Well, baseball is a small world. He's going to know some people. He's going to know some people pretty well in that dugout.
Or you snuggle up to maybe a guy you hit a home run off of. There's a strike to Gonzalez.
No, that's not the time to snuggle. It usually takes about a week before you can snuggle.
I don't think he hit one off of Javi. Oh, and 2 to Gonzalez. Hit on the ground to Gillespie, and Gillespie will go to Bell. August here. Beckham hit one off of Corey Guerin.
Bell high slider that didn't do a whole lot, and he jumped on it. I don't see Guerin throw too many mistakes up like that. That was right before he went on the DL.
Mac Williamson eyeing him up.
Yeah, dude, you want my at-bats during batting practice?
Yeah.
Think again.
Yeah, pal. Here's Hundley. Hundley takes a pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah.
Mac Williamson actually put on the 60-day disabled list with a strained quad, so his year is over. That transaction went down today.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mac Williamson stood there. He looked like Secret Service.
He could do that job.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he throw a suit on, have him talk into his lapel, and he's the guy.
See the new Jack Reacher?
Yep. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down low to Hundley, 2-2.
.50 pitches on the night. That's good. 2 outs here in the 4th.
Foul back, so Hundley will see another pitch. Beckham and Connor Gillespie were teammates all those years. Connor was with the White Sox.
And I believe he's got some history with Buster Posey as well. Both guys from Georgia. Both drafted the same year. Beckham, I believe, out of the University of Georgia. Posey, of course, Florida State.
Got him. Tied him up. Welcome, Mr. Beckham.
Beck delivers. Swing and a miss! The Giants have won the National League West. And for the first time in 8 years, they're headed for the postseason.
On this date in 1997, the Giants beat the Padres to clinch the NL West. That classic Giants moment was brought to you by Timeless. An unlikely team embarks on an unpredictable adventure through time to stop a mysterious criminal from changing our past. Don't miss Timeless. Premiering Monday night, October 3rd at 10 after The Voice, only on NBC. Here's Joe Panik. Joe's had a few timeless moments in his young career.
Yes, he has.
And he takes a big curveball. Low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Marquez said, what was that?
I think he was hoping that Hundley would have caught it.
It always helps when your catcher catches the ball to get a strike call.
And a strike. Joe 0 for 1. Joe Panik hitting in that 7th slot. Here he takes in tight with Connor Gillespie on deck. Hit on the ground. Now, can Panik beat Marquez to the bag? He does not. All right, it's McDonald's true stories. On this date in 1996 at Coors Field, with the steal of second base in the 3rd inning, Barry Bonds became the 2nd player in Major League history to hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases in a season.
That was great when he took the base up like that. They didn't have another one.
Bonds finished the season with 42 home runs and 40 stolen bases. And if you walk into his house, that base is right by the front door.
He did not inform the Rockies people that that was going to be a possibility.
Gillespie singled in the 2nd. He also hit his last home run there. Gillespie drives it to left, but it'll be Dahl who puts it away.
I think he hit it off at Ubaldo Jimenez.
To the opposite field. The only wall scraper he had in his career, or at least it seemed like it. I'll say one thing about Bonds is he never took advantage of the short porch down the right field line.
No,
Most
he
of
really
his
did.
home runs were right towards the end of the archways. There's a swing and a foul. .756 was in Colorado to the opposite field. Or check that, 756 is what the number is here at this ballpark. And a breaking ball for a call strike. Bonds ended up with 762. There's a roller off the end of the bat, foul past Roberto Kelly.
There's our ball girl tonight. That is Ingrid Baxter.
And that'll end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for German Marquez. Giants lead 2-1.
Thursday the 29th for Health and Wellness Night at AT&T Park, presented by One Medical. Stop by the Garden located behind the center field wall for your chance to win One Medical memberships. You'll also have the opportunity to meet with wellness experts and create your very own first aid kit. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. What a great place to have that at the Garden behind center field. And get your One Medical membership. That'll be it.
David Dahl is going to lead things off. Dahl struck out looking in the second. He had a breaking ball that he took. So here we are in the fifth. First pitch is wide. Cardullo on deck, and then Adames. In tight, 2 balls and no strikes. Span, can he get there? He cannot. And Dahl is going to stop at second with a double.
Quick swing right there. We did not see Dahl impress with too many fastballs in Colorado. Former first-round pick, good, solid approach.
Cardullo struck out in the second. That's the third hit for the Rockies, and there's a called strike.
Moore with nobody out, runner at second, pitching for that strikeout. And he just established the fastball in that inside corner.
And that runs in tight. On deck is Adames. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Moore rubbing up the baseball. A leadoff double for David Dahl. Here it's 2-1. Swing and a foul. Posey hangs on 2-2.
94, I mean right on the hands, and now Matt Moore wants Buster Posey to come out there. He's got an idea. He wants to talk about it with his catcher.
So he may have said, look, this is what I'd like to do. What do you think?
Well, you know, he's reading him from 60 feet 6 inches away, and I think he wants to figure out what Posey sees from behind the hitter. And I think what he wants to do is go right back in on the hands with that fastball.
Let's see. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him.
Right back inside 94 to him, and that's the strikeout he was pitching for. And he set right on that inside corner and just throws it right by him. When he took that first pitch fastball on the inside corner, he's basically telling Matt Moore, I'm looking middle away with hard stuff. And Moore just kept going right on it, and he didn't so much as foul it.
Adames doubled over the third base bag in the 3rd inning, and he eventually scored. Rockies with 3 hits, the Giants with 6. The pitcher, German Marquez, is on deck. And a strike. And that evens the count.
That's a good changeup. And that really got set up by the missed fastball inside. Even if you miss with that fastball inside, it sets up a speed in the mind of a hitter. You come back with that changeup on a 1-0 count. He's not looking for that changeup. He's looking for the speed he just saw that you missed with.
Ooh, close pitch. 2 balls and a strike. His lead at second is David Dahl. And that's a pop-up out of play.
Oh, man made a nice play here at the club level. Saw that stat about the whiff percentage for Matt Moore, and he's really picked up more swing and misses with the changeup since he's come over to the National League. And I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of this league doesn't know him. You see him from the side the first time, you're going to be aware of his fastball and his curveball. You're not going to be up there aware of his changeup. And it's reflected in his whiff percentage right around 40%. That's good. That's a good changeup.
Two and 2 to Adames here in the 5th. Digs that one out to stay alive.
But he is getting in there deep. With that fastball cut combination. It's too cold. Yep, that found a good home.
You have to cut that one in half. Oh no, they each got one. Yep, in my pocket. Two and 2. Got him.
And you saved that curveball for a 2-strike surprise. And that's the first time that he saw that pitch in the at-bat. And take a look from behind home plate. Boom. See ya. Grab some pine. You just see it early and you're thinking that's high. And all of a sudden it starts working back.
Yeah, you want to kind of duck and get really small.
That's the look of respect right there.
So now you pitch Marquez like he's a 300 hitter. You have sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning. Out of play.
Not a bad hack. And when you're facing a pitcher that you don't know anything about, assume he can hit, especially in a situation where you have a runner in score position.
On the ground, Gillespie. And Gillespie to Belt. And Moore pitches through a leadoff double. Very nicely done. Top of the order coming up.
It's Star Wars Day. The first 20,000 will receive a Star Wars t-shirt, and on Sunday it's Fan Appreciation Day. Prizes will be given out through the game, and one lucky fan will drive home in a 2016 Toyota Prius. So tickets, you need them? Go to safgiants.com/tickets.
Here at AT&T Park, the Giants with a 2-1 lead. Belt has scored both runs in this game, and he will hit second here in the 5th. We're in the 5th inning, and the Cardinals and Reds are finally now in the 9th. That's the game that won't end. So Span is bounced out and he's flied out. Span shows bunt and he takes a curveball for a strike. And the pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's roped foul. That's loud contact.
Loud strike. Yep, big league hardball. Very special.
High to Span.
I'll never forget the very first time I ever held a big league baseball in my hand. 6 years old. Yeah, both those little guys have them.
Down the right field line, trouble. You bet. Kicks off the pad and between archway 1 and 2, and it'll be a leadoff double. Well, let's go to the CSN studio for a Bank of America alert. All right. Thanks, Ahmed. Here's Belt. Belt has doubled and Belt has tripled. And a swing and a foul back.
Last 14 games with runners in scoring position, he's been swinging it. 8 RBIs.
Down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Look to second, and Belt takes high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Belt rolls it on the ground behind Billy Hayes.
All right, time now for our forward right choice, and for Brandon Belt, that swing of the bat right there alone would be our forward right choice. Makes it look easy. And in the 3rd inning, he added another one when he hit a bullet into the gap, and it got past Charlie Black, and wound up being a triple. So a 2-hit night Opposite field single, three-bagger, or Ford right choice.
Belt drives it to right, and that's a base hit. He's going to have to hustle to get two. Here's the throw. It is in time. They got him coming in to score a span. It's 3-1.
Well, they tried to go in his hand with a fastball, and out of the box he's thinking 2 bases. That's close. I'm not sure.
That's very close.
He gets that leg into the base.
And they're not going to challenge it.
Adames literally diving into Belt.
So here's Buster Posey. And Buster, the official score now or what?
Yeah, I kind of feel like it. And the row below us was asking if Belt gets a single for that. Yes, he does. And an RBI.
Yeah, hey, you want to come on up?
And now he doesn't have your home run call.
No, I was going to have him sit next to you. Posey drives one to left and deep, and it is out of here. I didn't think it was going to be hit high enough to get out, but it did.
And that is hit number 1,000 in his career. And he does it with a home run. You get to a milestone and you can accomplish it by hitting a ball out of the ballpark. This was one you'll remember, and this was impressive. I mean, this was a 1-iron getting out of here. It was just a matter of did it have enough carry. It didn't have a lot of height. Right on the top of the wall. The dog grabs it up. And then for Posey is home run number 14.
Somebody tell the dog that we need that ball back.
Yeah, that's one guy you'll have no problem giving it back.
Pence rolls it foul.
Well, that is a milestone in your career. You definitely want that baseball.
Absolutely is.
Dog, good fan.
Breaking ball, low and away.
Yeah, we just saw this gentleman in San Diego. Speaking of good fans.
Hit high and deep to left. Dahlback. It is out of here. Second of the inning. And it's 5-1.
And they're adding on. Tape measure. Looked like it may have been a changeup. Down and in, right at the knees. And Pence golfs it right out of here.
And here's Crawford. And Crawford takes low.
And very quickly a red alert down in the Rockies bullpen. Going to be Matt Carasetti, the right-hander, starting to heat up.
Crawford on the ground under the glove of Cardullo. Rolls through the bullpen. Crawford is going to try for 3. And he's going to make it. And why not? If you're on a roll, keep it going.
Giants have hit for the cycle this inning with a couple of home runs. Double by Span, single by Bell, 2 home runs, and now the triple from Crawford. Going inside him, it's right to the glove. He just drops the head on it, rakes it right past Cardullo, the first baseman, who just couldn't get the glove down in time. And once it got in the right field corner, it kind of hung there. And normally you're not going to try and take the extra base against a guy like Gonzalez. And notice the foot first slide.
Yeah, good call. That guy's in the truck all over it. So Pagano hit with the infield in. And a call strike.
Crawford, if you recall, over the weekend had a triple and slid headfirst into the base and dislocated his little finger. Actually, he did it in Los Angeles, but a headfirst slide no longer part of his plan on the bases. This was the play in Los Angeles, and watch the left hand hit and dislocated the pinky finger. Now he went back into Giants clubhouse, and Giants head trainer Dave Gresher got it back in, but it has been big time sore, as you can imagine. So now, don't take a chance. Slide foot first. Protect the piece on his hand.
So Pagan not trying to put the ball in play. It's 1-2. And it's wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we're talking about 20 doubles, 10 plus triples, and 10 or more home runs. I say you get your picture up there with Willie Mays, you're doing good.
Yeah, especially for a kid who grew up in the Bay Area.
And a base hit to left field. And Crawford's going to come in to score. It's 6-1. I don't know if Bruce Bochy's going to know how to manage this one.
That's 6 hits in a row. And for Pagan, as you see Crawford come back to the dugout, getting the high fives, he waited well on that curveball. And for Walt Weiss, he's going to come out and get his 21-year-old. His night is over.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back.
By authority of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, the Giants now lead 6-1. And Matt Caracetti is the new pitcher.
Sinker baller coming into his 17th game. 1-0 in the year. A lot of hits. 24 hits in 13 innings. Put the ball on the ground, but it's finding holes. When you face him, you're going to see a low to mid-90s fastball with lots of sink. He will cut the fastball. He's also got a slider and a changeup.
So Panic will hit. There still isn't. Check that. There is one out. Belt got thrown out at second. And Panic is going to take a strike. Pagan had thoughts about going, and Hundley had thoughts about throwing him out. I think the last series the Rockies were here, those two did not see eye to eye. Hundley and Pagan had something going on. Joe Panic trying to dig that pitch down and in out. It's 0-2.
And these guys were teammates at St. John's. Caracetti and Panic.
So there's a little bit something now.
Caracetti, 25 years old, rookie.
Well, so much for that.
Well, that'll definitely get talked about.
I'll tell you what, if I'm 0-2 and a guy hits me, I don't care how bad it hurts. It's a good thing.
Yeah, especially if he throws a one-hopper breaking ball at you. But Joe Panic will always claim it was on purpose, and he will get some mileage out of it. Pretty cool though, you're playing against a college buddy at the big leagues.
Connor Gillespie singled in the second and hit a fly ball to left in the fourth. And he fouls this one out of play. No overshift, but the Rockies infield is playing Gillespie to pull. 1 out, 2 on. Down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Moore is on deck. We're in the Giants' half of the 5th inning. Popped him up. Adames, Blackman, and Blackman puts it away. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Matt Moore. So Matt Moore is going to step up. He had a sacrifice bunt in the second, and then in the fourth, he struck out. And the pitch. Foul back. Good rip. No balls and 1 strike.
Good hack indeed. I mean, you watch Matt Moore batting practice. He's got a clue.
He does.
A little pop in his bat too.
Look out, back foot, 1 ball and 1 strike. Span watching from the Giants on deck circle. Pagan at second. Panic at first. Giants dropped a 4 spot on the Rockies here in the 5th. And the 1-1 do more. And with a swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Yep, she's doing the interviews. Amy G has left the building.
One and 2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, 2 and 2. Hey, you got to start him out young.
Well, she's got charisma. That much is for sure.
Some more steps out. Caracetti trying to get the Rockies into the dugout. And he will. So the Giants score 4 times, a couple of home runs. Buster Posey hits his 14th, Pence hits his 13th, and it's bye-bye baby at the end of 5. Giants 6, Rockies 1.
Earlier tonight, the Giants, in partnership with the Jefferson Awards, celebrated the volunteer work of a local high school student, Maribel Gonzalez, who attends a local high school. I don't have it written down. San Leandro, there it is, you guys. I'm so sorry. She is doing so much work, though, for the American Cancer Society. The past 4 years, she's volunteered with Building Futures with Women and Children. She created domestic violence awareness buttons and postcards to promote healthy relationships, and she was recognized by Students in Action and proud supporter Hunter Strickland, San Leandro High. I'll get it, Dwayne.
What was that high school again?
San Leandro High.
All right.
San Leandro. I'm never going to forget it.
Here's Blackman, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. There's a lot going on down there for Amy.
Oh, yeah. She's all over the ballpark tonight, as always.
But she has people following her. Stop poses for selfies. Blackman is out on 3 pitches. 8 strikeouts.
Breaking ball is really working. Everything's working right now Matt Moore.
Here's LeMahieu. LeMahieu struck out twice. The last time, it looked like he was so perplexed on how that happened that he just could not figure it out. Fouls this one to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Arenado on deck. On a play.
5 pitches, 5 strikes.
So Murphy's at 347, and as Mike mentioned, he's not playing these days.
Sir LeMahieu ranks an average first versus a fastball second versus off-speed second, breaking ball third, behind the count first, high pitch. Let's just say he can hit.
Yeah, no, he can hit. There's no doubt about it. Plus, you want to go glove. Probably very much in line to win another one. And he hits in front of Nolan Arenado, so he's going to score a few runs. Belt on the move, and Belt, who was headed to running over the catcher.
There wasn't a whole lot that he could do. I mean, he had his back to the plate. He's warming up a pitcher, but it was like completely changed the play for Belt, and he may have caught that had he not have had the obstacle.
No, Mike, I can't remember that ever happening.
No, I can't either.
All the years we've done games here now. And LeMahieu is gone. That is the hat trick. I can't believe that.
9th strikeout on a cutter.
Very cold here tonight, but not that cold.
You're in a dangerous spot down there.
My guess is that guy probably isn't even on the roster. Who would know?
It was true.
Somebody's brother. Hey,
Could be LeMahieu's brother right there.
Here's it. Arenado. And the strike. Well, it is chilly. It is, but not so much that you would need to have a hood over your head.
I think it feels pretty good to Bay Area folks, given that the last couple days it's been smoking.
Hit out to right for Hunter Pence. Matt Moore is going to have a 1-2-3-6, and that's a shutdown 10-pitch inning, all strikes. Top of the order coming up. Witness protection. way on May 7th of this year against the Rockies. Down by 1 in the bottom of the 10th inning. Brandon Belt hit a triple off a Rockies colder Jake McGee, and Brandon Crawford knocked him in to tie the game. Giants went on to win in 13 innings on an RBI double by Matt Duffy, and they won that game by a final of 2-1. That was in May of 2016. It seemed like that was last year. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change in Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Jeff Hoffman, the new pitcher now for these Colorado Rockies. Take a look at what he has done in 6 games. 0-4 with a 5.55 ERA. For Hoffman, he's a hard thrower. You're going to see mid to high 90s with a fastball. He'll 2 and 4 seam, curveball, slider, changeup. The 4 pitches you would see from a starter. Albuquerque went 6-9 with a 4.02 ERA. And he was involved in that trade with the Blue Jays. It's in Jose Reyes to Colorado with LaTroy Hawkins. It was the Troy Tulowitzki trade. And this was the guy. He's a former first-round pick by the Jays. And this was the big arm that the Rockies coveted.
And Span is going to flip one into center field, and that's a good sign. It's his second hit. Wouldn't it be something if they're all hitting on all cylinders for the remaining games on this homestand?
It would be something.
And this is the last time the Giants had a player hit for the cycle.
Pablo Sandoval, September of 2011. And the last one, the 3-bagger.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Belt, you got to go for it, don't you?
Oh, you got to leave your, yeah, absolutely. You got to leave your shoes on this swing. You got a rookie out there.
Overshift is on, and Belt hits one on the ground. Stepping on the bag is Cardullo, and now Span is tagged out, and that'll be a double play. Last one at home was Robbie Thompson did it at Candlestick in 1991. And the last 4 cycles for the Giants have all been on the road. So Belt really gave us a chance to talk about that cycle, didn't he?
Well,
here's Mr. Posey.
He's going to get another chance.
The guy who takes more pitches than anybody hits the first pitch. One hopper. Buster takes wide, 2 balls and 1 strike. Pence to follow. Up and in. 3-1 to Buster Posey.
Hoffman, a tall pitcher, 6'5".
And the walk. So Pence will hit. Pence hit his 13th home run of the year back in the 5th inning. Pence also knocked in a run with a base hit in the 1st. Ground ball up the middle. ball and no strikes. Takes low. Here's the home run. It followed Buster Posey's home run.
Change up down and in. Went down below the knees. Backspinned it out. And tonight, line drives really have been contagious. 13-hit night for the Giants.
There's a strike.
Jones 2-0 strike right there.
Crawford on deck. It's 2-1. That's just a little pop up out of play. 2-2.
He's all dressed up. Brought his glove. Good attitude. Every night is Friday night.
Breaking ball is low, and then when it is Friday night, it's even really cool.
Yeah, you just get warmed up during the week, but Friday night, well.
Now you got to put the glove on your hand.
She's got it figured out.
Yeah. Oh. 3-2. Posey will take off with 2 outs. Pence fouls it back.
Yep, every night's Friday. It really is fun. I mean, it's a family reunion every night, and the attitude is something the Giants really needed coming off this road trip. They needed the energy, and they've got it tonight, and they have used it. They got this crowd into this game early, and they've added on.
Posey goes, swinging a roller to third, foul. This is going to come back. Well, in the absence of Eduardo Nunez, you mentioned in the open about everybody has to pick it up a little bit, and I'd say that they have.
Up and down the lineup.
And the walk. So Crawford's going to hit. Crawford's got 3 hits tonight. He's got a couple of singles and a triple. Posey and Pence aboard. Crawford, it's a little tapper out in front of home plate, and that's going to end the inning. So, Giants strand a pair. We will head to the 7th inning. It's 6-1 Giants. Game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Well, Giants started out early with 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and then a 4 spot in the 5th. Matt Moore's been really good. Posey and Belt have been a couple of the offensive stars. So is Crawford with 3 hits. Pence has got 2 hits and a home run. Carlos Gonzalez is going to lead things off here in the 7th. And the pitch to Gonzalez. They're going to foul back. Overshift is on. Yeah, these 2 cute little girls excited to hit the dugout store.
Yep, they're fired up. 13 hits and 6 runs will do that to you.
Saw themselves on TV. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2.
That cutter's been such a good pitch tonight. Matt Moore's really had a feel for all of his pitches. Well, that's kind of how you and I feel every day we get to see ourselves on TV.
No, yeah, when we weren't in HD. Now?
Yeah, HD kind of killed it for us.
HD is not going to hurt those 2. Swinging a bouncing ball. Panic in shallow right field. Nice play. Joe's figured out how to navigate taking those ground balls off the grass. You get grass, dirt, grass, and he does a good job. Here's Hundley. Hundley tonight is 0 for 2 as he shoots this one into center field, and that's going to fall. So Hundley a little blue. That's the first hit since Dahl doubled in the 5th. And for the Rockies, that's their 4th hit. Dahl doubled in the 5th inning. Hit a ball into the gap into right center field that Bernard Span could not track down. Breaking ball is inside. Breaking ball is down low. Giants went 4-5 at Coors Field this year. That's kind of the place where you figure it could be a nightmare. Outside, 3-0.
Well, you don't know what you're going to get.
You know.
That's the thing that's scary about it. I mean, think about the years the Giants have gone in with really good teams, and yet they go into Colorado to play, which is always an athletic, offensive Colorado Rockies team, and you just don't know what you're going to get.
Well, the other problem too, Mike, is you don't know what's going to happen in the next series, wherever you go after you leave Denver. Staff could just be worn out. On the 3-1 pitch, Dahl got a fastball and he fouls it back. So in a lot of ways, I think you almost have to be happy with a record like that in that ballpark. You can stay right around 500, and just not have a disaster. This is the first full count for Matt Moore, and he got him.
Strikeout number 10 on the 90th pitch of the night.
And he started out that at bat 3-0.
So a nice comeback. And that's absolutely as nasty as it could possibly be in a perfect location on a 3-2 count. And they're doing the job.
Here's Cardullo. Struck out twice. No balls and 1 strike.
And they've gone in that inside corner against Cardullo all night. And he has not been able to do much with it. Hey, we're here.
All right. That's turned into 2 for 1. Here's the pitch to Cardullo, and he hits this one off the end of the bat, and it's out to Span, and that'll end the inning. So nice job by Matt Moore. 10 strikeouts through 7, and Pagan is going to lead things off.
SFN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years as your neighborhood paint store. By Xfinity, X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Well, you need help with a consumer problem? Contact NBC Bay Area Response. In just a few months, consumer investigator Chris Kimura has recovered more than $250,000 for people like you. Call 1-888-996-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/response, where every call, every email is answered.
So Hoffman to face Pagan. It'll be Pagan, Panik, and Gillespie. Bullpen is quiet for both teams. Pagan is 1 for 3. He knocked in a run in the 5th. And this one goes right to the backstop. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Pagan shoots it into left field. He's got another hit.
And she'll be happy about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice opposite field approach on the little 2-seam fastball going away from Pagan. Going with it.
Here's Joe Panik. Panik tonight 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in the 5th. And he drives one to right. Gonzalez spins around, it's over his head. Hits off the archway, and here comes Pagan. He's going to score. Panik's got a double.
And he joins the hit parade.
Yeah, wouldn't it be something? So here's Gillespie.
Fastball, a little movement running out over the plate away, and he jumps on it. Carlos Gonzalez at one point just stopped and said, I got to play the carom. He knew he could not get back to it.
So here's Gillespie with nobody out, a run in. And Gillespie goes the other way, and it's hit to Arenado. And Arenado throws him out. Having to stay at second is Panic. And Matt Moore is going to hit. Matt Moore tonight 0 for 2. Couple of strikeouts. Got a sacrifice bunt in the second. Foul on the left field line and out of play.
Yep, nice play. I'm going to come over to see if you're okay. Kind of had that section covered, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And a strike. It's 0-2. Huntley with a nice block. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeff Samardzija tomorrow night.
It looks good on everybody, and she wears it well.
Tapped to third. And Arenado will make the play. 2 outs for Span.
Span with a couple hits tonight. I mean, it's been up and down. 2 for Span, 2 for Belt, 1 with Posey, a home run, 2 with Pence, 3 with Crawford, 2 with Pagan, 1 with Panic, 1 with Gillespie, and everybody's joined the party.
Yeah, swing like your hair's on fire.
He takes that serious now.
Span takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bell tie. And that evens the count. Tyler Chatwood tomorrow for the Rockies. Span takes another strike. He didn't like it. 1-2.
Madison Bumgarner coming over talking to Gordon Beckham. A lot of guys in this Giants club are from the South. So Gordon Beckham going to feel quite at home.
Span on the ground to short. Adames side retired. Giants pick up a run It's now 7-1 as we head to the 8th. Award, which honors a player who represents the game through character, philanthropy, and contributions on and off the field. Giants fans, let show Jake Peavy our support. Include hashtag Vote Peavy on your Twitter or Facebook posts. Voting ends on Sunday. Here's Adames, who lines this one right at Pagan. One out. Check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen, the Dodgers unfortunately clinched the division on Sunday. Bruce Bochy talked about it. Is our Geico quote this evening on the NL West race coming to an end. He said, so we're battling for the wild card. Sure, you always hope to win the division, but right now the focus is to keep winning games and get there and have a shot at it. And guys, it's not like he hasn't done this before.
Yeah, he's been through the wars, that's for sure. Here's Pat Valleca. Nice pinch hitting. And he takes a call strike. As it stands right now, it's the wild card. Valleca shoots one up the middle. He's got a base hit. Span will cut it off. Well, we've been concentrating on the National League wild card. We don't want the AL wild card to feel like it's left out. Toronto in pretty good shape. Baltimore a game up on Detroit. So that, and Seattle's too bad. That is far from over.
Far from over.
Detroit's Achilles heel this year. The Tribe. Blackman takes a strike.
Yeah, they were hard on him.
It was like 13-2 or something like that. Joe Nathan.
Major ownage.
Blackman is 0 for 3. Struck out in the 6th. And he's behind now in the count 0-2.
Pretty good.
Couple of good pitches.
He's definitely not looking middle in with the fastball. Well, it definitely promises to be a very entertaining weekend if you're a baseball fan. And we're talking all around both leagues. And I think that the wild card has absolutely done its job. It's kept a lot of cities in it.
Got him.
Well, again, we've seen him use that cutter so well. And when you can add a swing and miss pitch in the 5th month of a season, I mean, you're thinking, hey, this is a magic pitch. And that's 11 strikeouts. That ties a career high. 4th time he's done it.
Here's LeMahieu. LeMahieu ropes one into center field. He's like, I'll have enough of that striking out. He's 1 for 4.
Well, it just got interesting. See the K's stacking up. And most of them have been swinging miss strike threes.
So up steps Nolan Arenado. I suppose he's going to go out, and this may be just to give Joe Nathan a chance to get a couple extra pitches in. 99 pitches. And when Buster comes back, who knows? Bruce Bochy may be coming out of the dugout. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. Although he's creeping. And here he comes. Well, Matt Moore is going to get as good an ovation as you're going to get. Pitching in the biggest game of the year. And he strikes out 11.
Well, he earned it. No walks.
Well, it's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change cleanup and repair experts. Chatwood against Samardzija. Pregame live is going to start at 6:30. We'll be on the air with our open at 7 p.m. And you can check it out right here on CSN Bay Area. And it'll be game 2 of this 3-game series. Is Nolan Arenado is going to face Joe Nathan with runners at first and second. And 2 outs.
So Joe Nathan coming into his 10th game. 6 innings, 9 base runners, 8 strikeouts against 4 walks.
Breaking ball down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
The line for Matt Moore, absolutely outstanding night. 6 hits allowed, 1 run so far. 2 runners on base are his.
And that's pulled foul.
It's the first time that Arenado has faced Joe Nathan, which I kind of find it hard to believe.
And Arenado's got the barrel of his bat and some splinters maybe in his hands.
That thing right off the end of the bat, blew it up. And there's the splinters you're talking about. That does not feel good right there.
It's also dangerous for that catcher, for the umpire.
Oh, yeah. But I do find it odd that this is the first time these two have met. Joe Nathan's been around. He's a 16-year veteran. Nathan, low 90s fastball, curveball, cutter, changeup. He's got a lot of tricks.
And the pitch is high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Down low, blocked by Buster Posey. And a call strike. Huh. I don't think Arenado's buying it.
No, that is not the look of enthusiasm. Let's take a look. Did he go? Yeah, I mean, that's the gray area we talk about. I mean, on this road trip, they didn't get a lot of those called their way. This time, the coin toss goes their way, and it's a big strike.
Got him. It'll be Belt to lead things off. Live right here on CSN Bay Area. Ahmed Fareed and Dave Feldman watching and listening to Alex Pavlovich with his post-game notes. Monty Poole reports on Warriors' first practice and reports from the Niners and Raiders. Justin Miller is the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and repair experts. Facing Belt, and Belt hooks it foul.
Guys have come off the bench hacking tonight. Justin Miller, 39th time he has come in. He was the winning pitcher on opening day, coming out of the bullpen for the Rockies against the D-backs. 1-1 with a 4.75 ERA, 44 strikeouts against 19 walks and 41 1/3. He's a hard thrower. Mid-90s fastball with synced and cut, slider and a changeup.
Swing and a miss. Valakia, by the way, stays in. He's at third, so Arenado is out of the game. Overshift is on for Belt, who he needs to hit one out of the park for the cycle. Out of play.
I mean, those are times when you definitely go up to take your at bat. I mean, you're aware of what you've done, and you are thinking about it, even in a 2-strike count. A 7-1 ball game. I mean, this is an at bat that's kind of for yourself. Get after it. Try and do it.
Hits this one on the ground. LeMahieu to the pitcher covering, and they got him.
That's a great play. And we say that a lot when you're talking about DJ LeMahieu, the Gold Glover. Got great range. Now, granted, he's playing out there in the grass, but slides into it, 360s it very quickly, gets up to his back leg, and he's got a plus arm, and he uses it here. Nice exchange. Glove hand to bare hand. You hardly saw it.
Yeah, that's a perfect throw.
And he took a hit away.
Here's Buster. Yeah, see the fielding percentage leaders by that position. Buster's hit the ball well tonight. He's 1 for 3, homered in the 5th. Takes wide, 2-0. This was the line drive home run, his 14th of the year.
Just inside outs, little sinker down around the knees. Hits the top of the wall, kicks over. 1,000th career hit.
And a strike.
Yep, got something on your nose, pal. She didn't want to tell him.
Here's the 2-1. Inside, not by much. 3-1.
Well, just give him time.
I mean,
he'll get it.
I'm trying to pick which one do you think he's in love with?
Right now, the hot chocolate.
What he takes outside?
Hey man, whipped cream's whipped cream.
I don't know.
Oh, he's going in for the kill now.
We might have a tie.
Yes, I can't believe I just did.
Too. I'm telling you, she's feeling it. Look at. Oh, really?
He went to bite the head off the whipped cream and he poured the hot chocolate on his foot. He was not happy.
Yeah, use the sleeve.
Gamer.
Yeah, I think she's got that first date look. Pence. That's a pitch up high that he likes, and it's no balls in 1 strike. All right. And they got him. Yeah.
He's just getting deeper on the sleeve too.
0-1 to Pence. 0-2 to Pence. 1 out. Posey at first. Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, come on.
Someone get one for that lady. No balls and 2 strikes.
Look out. It's 2 times they've gone up around his head tonight. Again, I mean, it's not that close, but it's head high. And that's something that doesn't get forgotten.
And a base hit to right field. spirited swing from Hunter Pence.
I think he just made him a better hitter. Set the outside target. Finally gets the ball to the target on the outside part of the plate. And Pence going right with the location, letting that ball travel. Boy, he hit that thing right off his right hip. I've seen the Giants take a lot of good swings tonight.
Crawford's got 3 hits. And for Pence, that was his 3rd hit. For the shin guard of either Mallard or Hundley, it's 0-1. Crawford out of play. You got a fastball. It's 0-2. Mets won tonight. Big. Cardinals won tonight. Big.
Tonight's trying to follow suit.
Pitches high. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but Mario Alioto wanted us to remind everybody, and we'll do it for the next couple of days, that the game on Sunday, remember, that's a different starting time against the Dodgers. That's at noon. So check your tickets. Well, you didn't have to check your tickets. It starts at noon.
There you go.
Crawford fouls it back. Also, and we'll mention it again until that day on Sunday gets here, the 3rd inning of our broadcast. The 3rd inning, it'll be all Vince Scully. You and I, and Dave and John will be quiet. And that'll be Vince Scully's last game. In the dirt. So it'll be good to see him on Friday night. We'll do the games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There'll be a lot going on. It's going to be really busy for those 3 games.
Well, Sunday also Fan Appreciation Day.
Remember, every game on Sunday throughout the major leagues is going to start at the same time.
And it's for a reason.
2-2 pitch. Crawford fouls it out of play.
With the wild card, and it's so important how you use your pitching in the wild card. I mean, you're talking about a do or die situation. If a team on the East Coast has to, they play a game, and the outcome of that game would influence the way that the team on the West, having known what that outcome of that game would be, how they would stack up their pitching. They eliminated that, and they started all the games at the same time.
Crawford drives it out into right center field, and nobody's there. Posey's going to score. Pence is going to score. And into 3rd with another triple is Crawford. His 4th hit of the game, his 2nd triple of the game. And the Giants now lead 9-1.
I tell you, this team get recharged after the day off yesterday. The legs got refreshed. And everybody tonight has brought a great swing into this contest. Breaking ball, it just hangs out over the middle, and he backspins it through the gap in right center.
So here's Pagan. And Pagan takes a low. 1 ball and no strikes. Pagan's got a couple of hits. One out, infielders playing back. Two and 0. Giants just quickly counted. I have 8 extra base hits tonight. That's an estimate. 3 and 0.
Well, it's felt like more.
Redo that count. That's what I got. Ooh. Sticking to that story. It's 3 and 0 to Pagan.
That's what I have. 8.
And Pagan taking. It's 3 and 0. Osich in the bullpen. 2 RBIs for Crawford. He now is 82. So he's got a shot at 90. Swing and a miss. 3 and 2. Pagan hits it high and foul and into the front row, and then nobody could hang on, and it goes down below.
Oh, if only I brought my glove. Somebody had a long day in school.
Three and 2. Slowly hit. This is going to knock in a run. Pagan's going to be retired. It's 10-1 Giants. 2 outs. Beckham brought some runs with him, didn't he?
Well, ever since Gordon Beckham showed up, they've been hit. The newest Giant, acquired from the Atlanta Braves, got to the ballpark today about the 3rd inning. He's good luck.
Here's Panic. Panic doubled and knocked in a run in the 7th. There's Beckham. Buster's done for the night. That's the 9-run rule. Up by 9, Trevor Brown comes in.
As it should be.
One and 1 to Joe Panic. 1 and 2. So Justin Miller comes in and going to have to suck up 3 Ernies.
It's tough on a reliever this time of year to give up a 3 spot in an inning or an outing.
Foul back.
Because you are out of time to try and wear that down. Yeah, find yourself a cozy spot out there in the bleachers. Bring your anti-seagull blanket or your umbrella.
They're coming.
Yeah, they're getting ready.
They found a spot that they like a little better, and I can't imagine where that would be. Down low, 2-2.
It's usually out in the Covey Cove. Well, there's the leader. He's not paying attention to the sign either.
Yeah, what's up with that? Dude. 2-2 to Panic. Joe hits a high fly ball to right. Gonzalez back way out into Triple's alley, and he didn't look like he wants to catch that one. And Panic is going to go for 3, and he is going to make it. So it'll be another triple.
He went down and golfs this one. And they set an outside target. This thing comes across the plate. I mean, I think it was off the plate inside. And Gonzalez gets completely turned around on it. I mean, that's first tee right there. So, Steve Foster, the pitching coach, coming out with a pep talk here. Guys, good luck.
Well, Beckham thinks he's at Coors Field. So here's Connor Gillespie. 3 hits in the inning, a walk. Gregor Blanco's grabbed the bat. Wide, 1-0. That's 34 pitches for Miller.
That's a lot for a relief pitcher in 1 inning,
especially this time of the year. And a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, that was a pretty impressive pitch that Panic hit. It may have been about 3 inches off the ground. Two balls and a strike.
So Pagan, his night over. And Jared Parker was getting a call to go down and get his stuff. I mean, for the Giants, this has to feel, seriously, like an exorcism.
High drive, right field. It is out of here. And it's 12-1. Gillespie hits his 6th. He will smile eventually.
That's just a pitcher out of gas right there. Fastball at the belt. And Connor Gillespie jumping all over it. That's going to be the last pitch that Justin Miller throws.
So 12-1, and we'll be back. Giants here in the bottom of the 8th. That's right. All three teams that are trying to get those 2 spots and score 12 runs on this day.
I wish I would have bet on that. Right now it's Christian Bergman coming into his 15th game, 1-3 on the year. Bergman, a 4-pitch guy, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He's a control specialist, 22 strikeouts against 6 walks.
So here's Blanco. And Grigger takes a belt tie strike.
For the Giants,
popped up into shallow center field. Here's Blackman comes racing in, and that'll end the inning. So Connor Gillespie, the Giants had 3 extra base hits in the inning. This one left the park, and it's bye-bye baby. 9th inning, 12-1 Giants.
For the Giants, it's been their
We have many changes. The first will be the new pitcher, and that's Josh Osich.
Take a look at the year that Osich has had. 59th time he's come in. 35 1/3 innings pitched. 24 strikeouts against 18 walks. 18 walks is really the area where he needs to improve. He's got the velocity and the movement. Mid to high 90s with a fastball with primarily 2 seams. Slider, more of a cutter, and a changeup.
So Tom Murphy is going to pinch hit. So Murphy hitting for Gonzalez. And saw a lot of Murphy when they played those 3 games a couple of weeks ago in Denver. 2 balls and no strikes. And a strike. All right, so let's just take a look at the outfield. Blanco's in left. Yorkis Hernandez is in center. And Jared Parker's in right. Adrianza replaces Crawford. Brown is now behind the dish. can tell the guys that Bochy didn't care for, that would be Gillespie, Panic, and Belt, because they're in the game.
Yeah. Do you ever think that way when you're out there in the field?
Well, you make a joke about it, but you certainly know that that is not the case. Osich did something that he's trying not to do it, but so here's Hundley.
Well, Osich clearly thought he had a strike on that last pitch. And he asked Paul Mallard, played umpire, where was it? Which, you know, I don't think Paul Mallard particularly appreciated.
So here's Hundley. Hundley's got a base hit. So a walk and a base hit. And here's Dustin Garneau. So Garneau is going to be the pinch hitter.
And the one thing that Osich does do, especially down around the knees, he gets a lot of ground balls. Talk about the two-seam fastball being his grip of preference. Taking on Garneau now. Love to get 2 outs with a pitch.
Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. I think Bruce Bochy would like this game to be a positive from top to bottom, meaning that he would like to really have a nice clean 9th inning. And that's rolled foul.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, you don't want to have a member of your bullpen go out there and get dinged around in a 12-1 ball game. We always talk about how short relievers, I mean, they're guys that feet on adrenaline, but this is really the case with Osich. Right now, he's still looking for his mechanics that allows him to trust the fastball in the strike zone. So this is an outing that he wanted.
Foul. Look out. Now is not the time for somebody to get dinged on a foul ball. I'm not suggesting that there's a good time for that to happen, especially the prize packages like those two. Mom's got the seatbelt on them, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she does.
Foul again.
And they're feeling pretty safe. Seatbelts on. Nice and warm.
I mean, our kids will never know that that was the seatbelt when we were kids in the car.
Literally.
Yep. He went back to get the glove. He said, I got a feeling.
I gotta protect my girls here.
I got a feeling. And that's a foul in and out of the glove of Brown. I give that kid credit. He was thinking, you know what, there might just be one more coming my way.
I got you, Mom. Don't worry. I got you.
This guy here finishes hot chocolate. Now he wants to snuggle. She's going, yeah, right.
Yeah. You had your chance with the hot chocolate meat. So it happens when you don't share.
Foul back. Well, he looked at that hot chocolate like he should be looking at her.
It's the whipped cream.
Now he's a little dazed.
Yep.
One ball and 2 strikes. Osich slowing the game down, and now he's ready. Backing out of play. Yep. You're in charge, young man.
Oh, see that guy out there? He didn't share his hot chocolate.
It's 1-2.
On a changeup. Great call from Trevor Brown. Making Osich use his pitches. Great arm action here. It sets up the pitch. And Garneau goes down swinging. 12th time or 13th time that a Rockies hitter has struck out tonight.
Here's Cardullo. He's 0 for 3. Takes wide, 1 ball and no strikes. Yep. They just found out that they were being, or he found out he was on TV with his hot chocolate. That foul. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Look at that thing on your lip. It's unbelievable. And he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
He's the happiest guy in the park.
I think there was something in the coffee, to be honest with you.
He's got his squeeze and he had his hot chocolate and he is doing good.
Swing. You're gonna miss 1 and 2.
Good hard slider.
One ball and 2 strikes. Hit out into left center field, and nobody's going to catch it as that bounces off the wall. 1 run's going to score, and into second base is Cardullo with a double. Here's Adames. Adames is 1 for 3.
Adames going out of the strike zone, which he will do. I mean, he's got a reputation that he will expand. Very aggressive.
Here in this 12-2 game, Bruce Bochy still doesn't look that thrilled.
Well, the point you make, I mean, he wants it to be a clean game. He doesn't want to have one of his guys in the pen and have a rough outing. I mean, he just don't. I mean, he doesn't want to get somebody up. Not worried about the game so much as he's worried about the psyche of Josh Osich. He needs him.
Caroms to Panic. Panic's going to juggle and make the play. Coming in to score is Hundley. 2 outs.
Wound up being a pretty good play. Adames doesn't give you a lot of time, even from the right side of the batter's box. So Osich gets a piece, hits low in the heel, and Panic finally gets a grip. Gets the out.
Here's Vallecchia.
And he's the guy we've all been waiting for.
So Vallecchia, who singled in the 8th, stayed in the game. Facing Josh Osich. And it's low.
Good block.
Charlie Blackmon is on deck. Low again, 2-0.
Well, it's frustrating when you don't have a feel of the strike zone.
And Osich is going to grab this, and that's the ball game. So game 1 in this very important 3-game series. In game 1 of the remaining 6 games, it goes to the Giants, and a couple of things happened tonight. They got a great start out of Matt Moore, and they hit.
Well, they hit, they gave them some runs early, and they added on. And the add-on is really what they've been looking for with their offense. But the point you make about Matt Moore, consider his last outing, he didn't get into the 2nd inning. Tonight had to feel very good getting right back in the swing of things. He had a command of everything, and he matched his career high in strikeouts. It's a big win as they start this homestand.
All right, final score, Giants 12, Rockies 3. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews in the wrap starts right now.